Hi FlossTube, I'm Sally, StitchySally here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Today is October the 26th, 2022 and this is FlossTube number 36. A very warm welcome to my channel, which is mostly about cross stitch. If I do anything about life, I'll leave it till the end and then you can just skip through that if you don't want to listen. A very warm welcome if you are new here, and also if you are a returning viewer, it is lovely to have you here. Welcome to any new subscribers that I've had recently as well, and I hope you will stick around. I've got a little bit to show you today, not a massive amount, so I'm going to start with my book of days for October. There we go. Not too much stickering up this time. I might just pop some more in actually later on when I've finished. So I've got my new starts in here and then what I've stitched on the day. I'm really looking forward to getting this for next year as well. I would love to do it again. Sorry. Just had to adjust my laptop. It didn't feel comfortable where it is. You'd think I'd know by now, wouldn't you? Over a year of filming Floss Tubes, you'd think I'd know exactly where I needed it. Right, I have one FFO, and that is my version of Hands Across the Sea samplers Annie Bayliss. Sorry for the glare there. Just can't get rid of it. And if you haven't seen it before, as you can see, I stitched it in WIPS Dyeworks Purple Majesty, and I made some changes. I moved up God Save the Queen, popped in this line here, and then I charted May Flights of Angels Sing Thee to Thy Rest. And then instead of the darning stitch here as well, I just put my initials. I'm really pleased with this. This frame had a Sandman Originals piece in it that I got framed at my local framers who retired several years ago. And I didn't want it up on the wall anymore. I hadn't had it up for quite a time. I've kind of just gone off them a little bit. So I took that out and popped this in. But unfortunately I've got a dirty line across the top that I didn't notice. And of course, I don't want to risk taking it all to pieces and washing because I'm just obviously worried that it'll bleed. So that's my fully finish. So what have I been stitching? So we'll start on the sow. That's Dawn Frosty X Stitch. Whoops, and I are hosting. There's not many of us doing it, but there's Elaine, Ali Wally Stitcher, Amy J Creations, Barb, who is Batty Bat 210, I believe, or 610. I can't remember. I couldn't remember last time. Yeah, on Instagram, and also madmarytwo, Mary, on Instagram, and just checking, just in case, and Mouse, talesofastitchingmouse on Instagram, she's joining us as well. And it's this one, Erica Michaels, Stitch All the Things. So it's Stitch All the Things Sal. And I decided, not that you can tell that they're purple, but I decided to change the blues for a couple of purples. And then I'm just using all the called for. And I'm stitching this on some 28 count, I think it's a cream linen out of my stash. Really, really pleased with how that's coming along. So I might actually get a finish because I've just got Sal FFO and then the little swirly bit in the corner here to do. So I'm really enjoying that. I'm really pleased that Dawn and I decided to do a Sal of it. Really enjoying it. And just want to very, very quickly, can you please, if you do not subscribe to Dawn, Frosty X Stitch, I will put a link down below, please go and subscribe and give her some love. She has been considering giving up FlossTube, and there are a lot of us who do not want that to happen. We want her to keep filming FlossTubes. What on earth is my hair doing? She's been on FlossTube, doing FlossTubes for 5 years, and she still hasn't reached 1,000 subscribers. Now, no, she's not particularly bothered, but I think it's just the fact that not many people watch her either. So please go and give her some love. She's a lovely person and she deserves so much more. So please go if you haven't already. Public service announcement over. And my next WIP is Blackbird Designs What Remains, which is a sal that I do with Barb and Lainey on a Tuesday evening, and we're all stitching the same. I'm using all the called for colours, apart from I swapped out Schneckley for Whiskey. And this is 35-36 count Winter Moon. And there we are. So I've kind of been concentrating on just trying to get the border sorted. So I've done 3 Smyrna stitches on the border. Finished all the vines, the birds are there. I've just got some little flowers, some of these flowers to pop in because there's some different coloured ones in there. And then I've still got to decide what I want to do with the bottom, whether I want to stitch the birds or do something to personalise it for my parents. But I think that is just really, really beautiful. Oh, and I've also got to fill this lining as well. I've had my flu jab this morning and my arm's already aching. I was really, really nervous as well, but she's so stupid. COVID booster in 2 weeks as well, so I shall probably be a wreck. Right. My next WIP is Barbara Allen Designs Dreaming of Van Gogh. And I'm using all the call for DMC, and I also happen to have some 28 count navy fabric. What is my hair doing? Sorry for looking such a mess. Yeah, 28 count navy. And so let me pop that on there because it's going to show through. And that's where I'm at. So I finished the girl's head. So I've got a top to do yet. I've just filled in some of the background here. I really, really love this. Really love how it's looking. So that will be coming out tonight. Sorry, as usual, I'm putting everything away. I kind of feel like I'm rushing through this morning because Jessie's going to work for 12 and she's going to have her dinner before she goes, and obviously I'm at the dining room table, so I'll have to get a shifter on, I think. And next, whoops, is Prairie Schooler 2019 Santa. And again, I'm stitching this with all the call for DMC, and I'm using an 18 count raw fabric. that's where I am. Wasn't really feeling this for some reason last Friday. But I still managed to get this sheep's back legs on. I think one of them's broken, to be honest, because I think I've got some stitches in the wrong place. I did the scarf at this side, started on the hat. I really need to fill in his face because I don't like his face like that. So I'm hoping that I'll be a bit more enthusiastic about it this Friday. This is the Friday night sheep sale that I do with my lovely friend Barb. So hopefully I will get more done. I do actually think this is going to be quite a short one this morning. And then did I show you that last time? Did I? No, I forgot. So, I finished. I don't think I showed you it. I finished Sweet Home by Blackbird Designs. Saturday night stitch along with Lainey. I don't think I showed you it last time. Apologies if I did. And there's my finish. So instead of adding Sweet Home and that in here, I just pop my initial in. Yes, that is an S. So yeah, that's my finish. So I'm going to have to now work out how I want to do how to do the finishing that I want to do. So I'll have to get my thinking head on. So I had a new start, which is Blackbird Designs Willow House, which is out of print. Lainey very kindly passed this on to me several years ago, and I've just never got around to stitching it. And I thought, right, now's the time. So there isn't a DMC conversion in this one because this is obviously pre Blackbird Designs doing DMC conversions. So I did my own. I went online, but I think I'm going to change the one for the house. I think I'd quite like to make it a pale blue, like this one. So I'll have to see. So that's the DMC conversion that I did. Obviously it's very hit and miss when you're converting from hand-dyed threads. And I am stitching this on 40 count vintage country mocha. And just fold it up because it's on here. And that's my start. So I really like that. Didn't get quite as much done on this either, but as I would have liked. I did have all the alphabet done from the Saturday before, and then a little bit of the bird, I think. But yeah. And then my final whip. God, it is going to be a short one this week. Hooray! I can hear you all saying, thank God she's not going to waffle on for ages. So I think I spoke about this one last time being a planned new start for Sunday because I've finished Bent Creek Look for the Beauty, and it's this one, Cottage Garden Samplings Christmas Eve. And I'm stitching this in the two called for Gentle Arts and the DMCs. So those are the Bayberry and Rose Garden. And I'm stitching this on 40 count vintage country mocha. And that's where I am. Started with the cape. Again, didn't get as much stitched on this Sunday. I had got a fair bit done the Sunday before, but of course it was the final episode with Jodie Whittaker as Doctor Who, and I just kept having to stop and watch it, and it was brilliant. And I do feel sorry for Jodie because I don't think she had the decent writing, really. I don't think it was quite good enough. But I am very much looking forward to Ncuti Gatwa being Doctor Who. Not quite sure how I feel about David Tennant coming back. I loved David Tennant's Doctor, but I just kind of think it takes a lot away from Ncuti. But anyway, we shall see. He's only there for 3 episodes, so. Right, so that's all the stitching that I have to show you. Not quite so much this week. I don't have any haul. I think I am probably going to resubscribe to Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. I've been debating whether to do it or not, but of course there's always Barbara Anna's. It's not only the Barbara Anna's, I do like others as well. But I am considering doing the full one this time, where you get all the back issues. But I haven't quite made up my mind yet whether I'm going to do that or not. Because I've kind of looked through to see what I would quite like to stitch out of all the old issues, and to buy the patterns, because obviously they do get released eventually. And to buy all the patterns that I would like to do is more than the price of the subscription, so I may well go for the full thing this time. Yeah, so I think that is all for my stitching. Can't think of anything else. I have been watching a bit of Floss Tube, but I haven't written down who I've watched, so I'm not going to do any mentions this time because I might miss somebody. Yesterday, I'll just do a quick life update. Yesterday we had somebody here from, I think it's a drainage specialist, I believe they are, digging holes and taking soil samples. I don't know what else they did, to be honest, because the holes were kind of they were larger than I expected. I don't know really what I expected. They did one just underneath the kitchen window, and then they did one in front of the shed door at the other side. So we'll see what the outcome from that is. And then I believe on Friday, my husband took a phone call the other day on Sunday, just as we were leaving, visiting his auntie, and yeah, I don't think he quite got. They're coming to put collars on. Somebody's coming to put collars on. Now I don't know what this entails. I don't know whether. I'm assuming that they're putting something on the cracks, maybe just to see if there's any more movement or whatever, or whether they close up. Up to now they're not closing up. Up to now they just look like they're getting worse. But anyway, so yeah, that's the state of play with the kitchen at the moment. My husband's auntie is now out of hospital and she's in a care home. We don't know at the moment whether it's going to be short term or whether it's going to be permanent, but she's not walking about, they're moving her about in a wheelchair, so I don't really know. My husband doesn't think she'll go back home, but we'll just have to see. I suppose it depends on whether they can get her going again, but she keeps going on about going home, and we're just sort of saying, look, you have to get right first. You can't go home until you've got some strength back and you're able to move about and try and look after yourself. But yeah, so that's where we're at with all of that. So I think I will make that do. So again, thank you very, very much for watching. Thank you to those of you who keep coming back every time and leaving me lovely comments. I really, really do like getting comments. So if you do have the time to leave one, please do. And again, thank you to my new subscribers. I am moving up very slightly to the 900 mark, so who knows? I might get to 1,000 by the time I've been doing this for 2 years. You never know. Doesn't matter if I don't, to be fair. I know, I keep saying it and I do mean it. It doesn't matter if I don't. I'm not that bothered. Just as long as people are still watching me. So I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all keeping well, staying safe. Yeah, things are not great, are they, with the cost of living crisis? And we have a new Prime Minister here. Another one. Be interesting to see how long he lasts and what he does. Not holding that much hope, to be honest, but anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you again for watching. Take care, everybody, and I will see you next time. And I do apologise that this is a bit rushed. Thanks a lot. Bye.